Hi everyone, it's Taff. Welcome back to Farm Simulator Citizen Science, or whatever we're going to call this. It doesn't matter. Just doing another quick experiment. Let me just make sure this is okay. Yes. So I have seeded another 4 strips of wheat, and as you can see, I am fertilizing them with the different fertilization methods. So the first strip I've done with manure, solid manure. Second strip I've done with fertilizer pellets. The third strip I'm currently just doing with slurry. Switch that off. Get that out of the way. And the fourth strip we did with the sprayer. Now, I thoroughly expect there to be no difference between the various different types of fertilization, but I'm just going to set this now. We're going to do this as a control group experiment. So this is going to set our baselines for cultivating, seeding and fertilizing with the 4 different sets of fertilizing methods. So let's just speed up time now, and we'll also speed up plant growth, otherwise we'll be here forever. So while that's doing that, I'll just tell you a quick lowdown of what we are hoping to achieve in this video. So what we're looking to do today is basically set our base targets and our base statistics so we know where we're working from. So with the results we get from these 4 strips with the various different types of fertilizer, we will know which fertilizer is potentially the most productive. Now I thoroughly expect them to be all the same, because it's literally, there's no chemical reactions going on, it's just a bonus being added in the scripting code. So they should be all the same. I don't believe there will be any difference whatsoever, but as a base control we need to just establish that, not just assume, and we'll work out the results from there, which would be great. Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see, the crop has finally ripened. So let's get this quickly harvested and zip up and down here. Again, I've had to be subjected to that squeaky squeaky windmill, sorry, which has done my head in. Now, do I have my previous results? I don't know if I still got my previous results on this notepad. No, I don't. Okay, we could compare them, but anyway. So this is the manure. Cultivate, seed, manure. See a reason. I think they were around about the 1100, weren't they? I can't remember. Can't remember, to be honest with you. It was a couple of days now, and I have slept. So let's see what the yield is for solid manure. Yeah, 19. Blimey, I'll start again. 1094. So that's very similar to what we did last time. The results are. Let's just get rid of this. So 1094 for solid manure spreading. Fine. So next up is fertilizer pellets. Now I'm expecting this to be around about exactly the same, 1090 something. There's going to be a little bit give or take, because you know it's never dead on perfect. So there's going to be a threshold which we can happily ignore. If it's anywhere in the 1080 or up to 1100, we can safely say it's null and void. There's no difference whatsoever. Coming up to 800 litres. Boom! Spot on! 1094. Fantastic. Well, there was no margin of error in that one. That was fantastic. Right. So let's just dump this in here, and then we'll do the other 2, and it's looking pretty clear. So there's no difference between manure and fertilizer pellets. So if these 2, which I thoroughly expect will come back as 1094-ish, then we can safely say fertilization is exactly the same across the board. So if we can prove that, we'll have our control base, and from there we can then look to add types, multiples of fertilization to see if it makes any difference. You could then go one step further and argue the point. You could then try combinations. You could try manure, solid manure with spraying. You could try pellets with slurry, and at different stages of the crop cycle. But I think we're coming to the conclusion very little has changed in the mechanics of the actual crop side. So 1096. Again, it's 2 litres more for slurry than it is for pellet and manure, but that's the threshold. That is our margin of error. I'm happy to say that they're exactly the same. So the last one is the actual spray fertilizer. Now, now many of you will make a very good point. You fill up the sprayer exactly the same point as the pellet fertilizer. Although there's tanks and there are bags there, so you could argue you're using slightly different products in the same area. But yeah. But I'm happy to say this test looks like it is going to set our control level at the same, which is fine. You know, it's just confirmed something which we assumed we could carry over from Farm Sim 2013, and it looks like we will be able to, which is great. Many of you will argue, well, you've just wasted half hour of your life. Well, yeah, maybe, but it's always nice to get this straight. At least, we got definitive proof that it makes little or no difference. What do you reckon? 1095. Go on. Whoa, 1102. Wow, would you look at that? 1102. But again, that is, as I said, that is only 8 litres more than the lowest level, so we can happily ignore that. So, that is our base test. We are now happy that fertilization, no matter which method you use, produces the same results. Right, step 2. I will set up step 2 now, and I will see you in a few minutes. Hi everyone, welcome back to step 2. Okay, I've been a little bit busy. I've been a busy little bee, should I say. I've created another 3 strips. Here we are. We've just cultivated, and we have just seeded a strip of wheat again as our base control crop. As you see, they're the ones we've just done the experiment on. Now, for these, we're going to fertilize this one once. We're going to fertilize this one once now. We're going to let the crop grow, then try and do a second fertilization. And on this one, we're going to do 3 types of fertilization. So we'll do one now. We'll do one when the crops grow, and then we'll do one just before it gets ready to harvest. Because even with a ripened field which hasn't been fertilized, you can throw fertilization on it even when it's ready to harvest, and you'll still get the yield benefit. So this will basically be 1 times fertilization, 2 times fertilization, 3 times fertilization, and then we'll see if we get any bonus stacks. Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see, we have started to see the first shoots of our crops. So we're going to put on this one and this one, strips 2 and 3, we're going to put a second layer of fertilization. So I'm just going to drive this side of it just so I'll tell you what, we'll do it the other way around. That can be strip 1, this can be strip 2, and that can be strip 3. Just because these are a little bit too closer together, so I don't want spray accidentally going, or sorry, fertilizer and pellets accidentally getting sprayed onto that one. As that one's further away, we'll have that one as number 1. So at the moment, all 3 strips have been treated exactly the same. They've been cultivated, they have been seeded, and then they have been slurried. So they've had 1 layer of fertilization. So let's put a second layer on. Hopefully that we are okay. We're not impeding on that layer, so that's fine. So we'll just go up here, making sure we're getting layer... Sorry, strip 2 is definitely getting fertilised. And then we'll drive up by strip 3, which was strip 1, but we now renamed it to strip 3, and we'll give that one a second layer as well. Cool. Almost there. Nice. Right, let's get you out of the way. We will now skip on again. And we will skip on, and once we are ready to go and the crop has gone for another growth cycle, let's just speed up time. We will then do strip 3 with the sprayer. And we'll add a third level of fertilization to that strip of crop to see if it makes any difference. So, we will skip on time, and I'll see you shortly. Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see, we've had another growth spurt, and it's in the middle of the night. Well, it's early morning to be fair, so let's switch the lights on. Make sure our spray is not going to be jeopardizing the other strip, and we'll get strip 3 sprayed so it has its third edition of fertilization. Okay, and with this done, we can then sleep through the night, wait for the crops ready to harvest, and we will compare yields once more. I thoroughly expect there to be no difference between, I don't think there is a multiplication or an addition of bonus yield. So, but it's always, as I said earlier, it's always nice to prove or disprove that. Let's close these things down because it's a nightmare to move around these trees. Okay, so we will now skip on until those crops are fully grown and ready to harvest, and that will be our next action, to get those strips harvested and compare the yield. So I will see you in a little while. Okay, welcome back. Here we are. The crops have finally ready to harvest. So let's go. Again, we're going to keep in mind our human error of margin. So we are looking for dramatic changes. So this strip we are harvesting has just had one layer of fertilization, or one stage of fertilization, so let's say. As you can see, it's a little bit scraggly, and it's a bit thicker and thinner in various areas, but that was due to the hired help doing the one strip of seed. So once again, we will have a threshold of acceptance and error of, or margin of error. Oh, I'm saying everything backwards like Yoda at the moment, which is a bit weird. Okay, so we expect this to come around, what, 1094, I think was the standard we set earlier. Oh, it's 1006, there we go. So it's 12 litres more than we saw previously, which is not a great deal, so we will say that's pretty much there or thereabouts. Okay, great. Now this is the strip that has had slurry and pellet fertilizer. As I said before, I'm not really that worried about the method we used, because we proved that they give the same bonus. So, but this strip has had 2 stages of fertilization, so let's see if this makes any difference to the yield. Looking quite similar. 1094, fantastic. Okay, so that seems to be a number that's regularly cropping up. So 2 times fertilization does not seem to have any direct impact on yield. So this is probably a null and void test now, but we'll do it for completion. Hell, I've waited for this to ripen, so we will get this done. So our last strip, which has had 3 levels of fertilization. We'll be able to compare the results and draw a conclusion from this. Let's have a look in cab, because we haven't had a bit of an in cab one yet, and I do like that effect. I say it every time, but I do like the harvesting effect. And we have a 1096. There we go. So we can quite happily say you only need to add 1 level of fertilization. No matter which method you choose, 1 will do nicely. Now, I'm going to do one final experiment. Yeah, I know. Your bums are probably hurting, you wanting to go home, but we're going to do one final experiment with this part of the field. We're going to do another 3 strips. We are going to cultivate, fertilize, and seed. Then we're going to get the second strip. We're going to have cultivate, seed, then fertilize. And then on the third strip, we're going to fertilize, cultivate, then seed. So we're going to see if adding the fertilization at different stages in the process makes a difference to the yields. Running with all the results we've done so far, I'm going to say I'm going to predict it. I'm going to call it right now. It's going to make no difference, and all the experienced farm simmers are going to say, "Well, we knew that right from the start." But we're going to just for completeness, we're going to do that stage, test the various stages, and see if that makes a difference. So I will get that set up, and I will see you in a little bit for the final stage. So I'll see you in a second. Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see, I'm just putting the final touches on the work we're going to be doing. So the first strip has been cultivated and seeded. The second strip has been cultivated, and the third strip we are just currently fertilizing. So I didn't put that cultivator in a very good position. Let's just crash into that, that's fine. Right, so what we need to do is now fertilize strip 2. So we've got two pieces of work done on strip 1, cultivated and seeded. This one we have is being cultivated. We will then fertilize and then we will seed, and obviously on strip 3, as we said, fertilize, cultivate, seed. Right. That makes sense. I will just get this done. I just wanted you to see that this is how I've done it. So I have seeded that before strip 1 before I fertilize. I am fertilizing strip 2 before I seed, and I have fertilized strip 3 before I cultivate and seed. I won't make you sit through all this field work, but I just wanted you to show you that so you could see that, you know, we are doing what we say we are, and I need to go and fill up my fertilizer, so that's going to be a trip back. So I'll skip on that now, and I will complete this up, and I will see you for result stage. So I'll see you in a bit. Hi guys, welcome back. It's gone a bit grey and murky, but the crops are ready, so let's get this final test underway. Ooh, as the combine goes out of control. Okay, so this is strip 1. Just a reminder. Well, you probably don't need a reminder because it's literally 30 seconds ago that I told you this, but it's probably been the best part of half an hour waiting for this stuff to be set up. This has been cultivated, seeded and fertilized. So we should see this give us a result around 1094, 96, something like that. You can see it's slight weirdness to the stripe where the hired help seeded, but you know, it shouldn't make too much of a difference. still expect this to be around the 1090 to 1100. We've already done this test a couple of times, but it's always nice. There, 1100. There we go. So next to no difference, as always. Great, that's just confirmed it. Just dump that in there, so we get a nice empty harvester, so I don't have to challenge my maths. Great, so this one here, strip 2. Ooh, if I can get the combine set up and going. Right, so this one was cultivated, seeded, then fertilized. So we basically oh no, I beg your pardon, I've got that the wrong way round, haven't I? The first strip was cultivated, seeded, fertilized. This one was cultivated, fertilized, seeded. Oh my goodness. Come on. First rule is to get your facts right. Blimey. So it's the same process, but just in a slightly different order. I'll put some animated text on the screen, so it's you don't have to use your brain. So that's made no difference. 1094, which we would expect. Whoops, let's just bring the header up. Let's dump that out. Now this final one, we fertilized, then cultivated, then seeded. So this is to see if putting the fertilizer down before you do the cultivation does make any difference at all. It looks, the actual visible graphics look no different, but then I don't know if you would see a visual difference in this game. Last test, everyone, last test. Don't worry now, you'll soon be away, and hopefully with confirmation, and we can quickly go through our conclusions from our testing. Yeah, a whole stripy field. That looked really weird from an aircraft. Just looking at the yields now, coming up to just gone 800. I think it's gonna get. It's looking good, for pretty much the same. $1,094. So there we have it. 1094. So, what conclusions can we draw? We can conclude that using manure, pellets, slurry or spraying fertilizer has little difference or little to no difference on any of the yields for wheat. Cultivating, fertilizing in different orders. So cultivating, fertilizing, seeding, cultivating, seeding, fertilizing, fertilizing, cultivating, seeding, again, makes no difference to the yield you can get with FarmSim 15. And finally, we have also concluded that adding 2 to 3 fertilizing stages into the yield will make no difference at all. So basically what we've concluded is pretty much what we thought we would from the off, that you only need to fertilize once to get the maximum yield bonus, and it doesn't matter when you do it. You can do it before you cultivate, you can do it after you cultivate, you can do it before you seed, you can do it after you seed. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope this has been a help. Basically we've just disproved the use of multiple layers of fertilizer. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I think I've done enough. I've wasted enough of your time and mine. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was some use, especially to the new viewers, and I'll see you next time.